Hey, Travels with Dottie. And this one's a little different, huh? We've got the Dottie cam a little adjusted, and that's most of what you're seeing. And I'm the small picture today. And I wanted to talk about something that really bothered me, which is kind of unusual. Like I saw stuff on YouTube that disturbed me, RV stuff, actually. And just like you, I watch lots of RV YouTube content, and a fairly big channel had a video out on the lies they tell you about RV life or something to that effect. And one of them really is like, where are they getting this? And the first big lie they said was that you say you can save money doing full-time RV life, and they said that that's not true. And I was like, are you kidding? It's absolutely true. You can save a ton of money if you go to full-time RV life. If you look at the national average for, I'm going to put my glasses on for a second because I have these stats up here. The average rent plus the average utility for the United States, this is the average with big cities down to small little cheap towns, is $1,857 a month for rent and utilities, like rent and electric. That doesn't even account places that you pay a little fee for water, a little fee for food. It could get close to $2,000 a month. And certainly in urban areas, it's way more than that. And if you want to live in RV parks, right, you don't want to mess around with boondocking, you want full hookups. Certainly, you can find RV parks that charge $2,000 a month or more. Those are super high-end luxury places in destination locations, and I've never stayed in one like that. I've stayed in some beautiful RV parks, but never for that kind of money. Where I stay, the RV park that I spend the most time in is Preferred RV Resort in Pahrump, Nevada, and it's a beautiful resort. It's a membership resort that I paid $2,500 up front to buy a membership, full disclosure, and it costs $325 a month or a year for a membership fee. But I can stay for a month with utilities for about $488 a month when I'm staying here. $488 a month, including utilities. That's a pretty small fraction of $1,857. And there are RV parks that I know about that are even less than that. It's not hard to save money when your biggest expense is your living cost, your rent, the place for you to live. All the other things, if you have debt, you have food costs, that's going to go with you wherever you go. But the number one way that I know to cut that big expense is full-time RV life. And I don't stay here and pay 480 some odd dollars a month um, all year round. So this year I'm here from March through the middle of June. Then I'll come back probably September and stay for 2 months. And what am I doing the rest of the time? Well, the rest of the time in the summer, I have hookups in New Mexico State Park places. And sometimes I go in places with hookups, sometimes with not. It's $100 between, at the most, $150 in a month that I'm spending. And what do I do in the winter? I go to Quartzsite, Arizona, and I do boondock, and boondocking's not that hard. You can figure out how to do it. I have friends that do it without big, expensive solar systems. They do just fine, and they love their life there. It's $180 for the season. I stay from the middle of November to the middle of March, and I pay $180 for the whole thing. I buy a little bit of propane. I choose to purchase my water, although it's included in the $180 you can fill up the water there. So let me ask you something. Am I saving money by being a full-time RVer? I think I am. The other thing that they said, you'll hear people say people on very low incomes of $1,000 a month or less can do full-time RV life. And people that I know and love in this lifestyle that do in fact live the lifestyle on $1,000 or less because they get disability checks, and that's usually not much. Now, to be fair, money is a big part of their day-to-day concerns, right? Because $1,000 isn't a lot of money, or even some people less, 900, 800, 700 and change a month. And if you want to get some of the stories, the real life stories of that, go to Cheap RV Living, that YouTube page, and he interviews plenty of people that talk about how they live in this lifestyle on very little money. And let me tell you, I know I am close to people that I personally know that do this. And one thing that I can tell you for certain is not only do they survive, they thrive. They're happy. They love the lifestyle. They're not forced into it by homelessness and all the stuff that you hear. So, guys, I don't know. I just, when I see information out there that discourages people from engaging in this lifestyle that myself and my friends love so much, and you find something that is attainable and that you can learn to really love your life again, and people that don't know any better tear it down. I just, it saddens me. It hurts in here to hear that. I've told you my firsthand experience. I'm not doing this on $1,000 a month. I have resources. I take in a great deal more than $1,000 a month. I'm not saying I do it for that, but I am telling you the truth about what my rent, my living costs are, where at peak it's $488 a month here in Pahrump, and at the bottom in the winter it's $180 over that several months that I'm there. That's, I don't know, $50, $60 a month. It gives me a great deal of freedom that I can spend my money in other places more meaningful to me. And like I said, I do have, you see my videos from the past. Yeah, I have a big solar system. It's expensive. I have a lot of solar panels and lithium batteries that cost thousands of dollars. Yes. And it enables me to be very comfortable boondocking. But I'm telling you, I have friends that I camp with in the winter, beside day to day to day, and they don't have that. They may have one lead acid or two lead acid batteries. Maybe if they're lucky, they've pooled their money together and got a one lithium battery, and they have, maybe one or two solar panels that are, kind of worn out, and they put them out in the sun on the ground, but they make it work. All right. And they don't make it work in a way that they're just miserable. They make it work in a way where they're engaging in the same activities that I do, sitting around the same campfires with me, sharing the same potluck dinners with me, and enjoying and thriving in their life. I guess when you see people put themselves out as experts in the RV life, take it with a grain of salt. It's not always good information. I bet it's information that maybe results in more traffic and people being more interested. People probably won't be very interested in this video. It's not very dramatic. But anyway, that's enough on that. I hope you like the Dottie cam. I put it on her in a little bit different way so you could see a little bit more, and you could see her perspective of what it's like to go for a walk with me on a typical morning. And what is it? It's the 22nd of May 2024, and this was, the Dottie part was shot, oh, 7 in the morning, 7:15. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's not true. It was 6 in the morning because I had a Zoom meeting at 7 a.m. I had to attend. So this was between 6 and 6:45 that we shot this. And unfortunately, she didn't have any encounters with any neighborhood dogs. That would have been fun to see. So maybe in the future we'll do that. And please let me know if you kind of like the format with me being off in the corner and seeing Dottie. I get a lot of feedback that people want to see more of Dottie. And then here at the end, when I brought her in to feed her breakfast, I got some little bit of little bit of screen time for George as well. George and Dottie and I will be leaving for New Mexico, I believe June 11th. A few people have asked me about George, how does George travel? And if you haven't been following me, it's been a huge problem with George traveling because he gets very bad motion sickness. And whether he's riding in the trailer or riding in the car, he gets very, very sick. And a solution that I came upon, a good friend of mine had some prescription medication that she had for her cat that passed that had the same problem, and it was a tranquilizer medication. She said, "Here, give it a try, see if it works," and it worked great. It tranquilized George in a very gentle way, and he sort of dozed and slept the whole time and did not get sick and recovered, bounced back almost right away at the end of the travel day. So I took George to the vet and got not exactly the same medication, but got a medication that the veterinarian said would sedate George just as well, liquid form, so it's easier than the pill I was using. That's how George travels. Dottie doesn't get motion sickness. Dottie loves riding in the car. The seat next to me has a plywood platform on the seat, and on top of that is Dottie's travel bed, and she sits next to me and sleeps and gets up and looks out the window and just loves riding in the car. So there's no problem with Dottie. And then George, I put her in a little cage with kind of a padded bottom, and he goes right behind Dottie within line of sight of me, so we can keep an eye on each other. And that's working out really well. I'm looking forward to getting on the road again. George is, even with the tranquilizers, not looking forward to it. But it'll be 2 travel days. It'll be, I think, the 11th and the 12th, and the evening of the 12th, I'll arrive at my first state park in New Mexico. And I'm really looking forward to that. The first state park, no electric. So essentially, it's 2 weeks that are, it's costing me $12, the reservation fee. That's all it costs me to stay 2 weeks at, if you staying at Story Lake State Park, and that is in Las Vegas. You go, huh? What? Say that again? I thought you said New Mexico. I did say New Mexico. Las Vegas. You're right next to Las Vegas right now, right? Yes, I am. Las Vegas, Nevada. There is a Las Vegas, New Mexico. Yeah. It has got quite the past. I'm going to do it. Probably more than one video this year on Las Vegas. One of my favorite things about it is, if you've ever seen the Netflix series Longmire, it's if you haven't seen it's really, really a lot of fun. It's about a Wyoming sheriff and his escapades in a fictional town, which the outdoor scenes where you see him outside his office and going in and out of his office in the fictional town of Durant, that is shot in downtown New Mexico. And even the door that has the star with the sheriff, I think it's Absaroba. I'm having trouble saying it. Absaroka County, which is a fictional county, but the sheriff seal for that, they made it up, and it's still on the door downtown. And I will show you that. So that's pretty exciting. Also, the original Red Dawn, the one that had Patrick Swayze in it, that was filmed right there in Las Vegas as well. And then there were a few other movies that I'll tell you about that were filmed there. It was, and last year when I was there, they were filming a Netflix series. I don't know which one, but they were filming there. They did, for some reason, there's a lot of filming in this town. That's going to be pretty cool and exciting. Thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know about how you like me, little small in the corner, and big Dottie. Let me know. Take care. Bye.